Welcome everybody on a rainy day. It's my pleasure to be here. You can find out about With Love and Gratitude at www.withloveandgratitude.com. It is a nonprofit organization. We're 21 years old, and it's our honor to be here at the Carey Library, and we thank the Carey Library Foundation for making this possible. So, we're going to do a meditation called Nature of Being. Before I start with it, I just thought I'd go over a couple of basics. Even a few minutes spent meditating regularly can make a big difference. Science evidence supports this claim. There's been plenty of studies conducted. They did one study on a group of Buddhist monks as they were meditating, and they found the prefrontal cortex of the monks' brains, the part associated with happiness, was found to be extra active. So woohoo for today. Another research found that the part of the brain that regulates stress and anxiety shrinks with regular meditation. By focusing on moment-to-moment experiences, meditators train the mind to remain calm, even in stressful situations. And along with this, they also experience significant less anxiety due to uncertainty. So, and I know you understand that it's good to meditate. That's why you're here, but I wanted to go over it again and again. I read today a Harvard blog that confirms meditation triggers a relaxation response. And that's why some people fall asleep when they meditate. So that's fine. You're just deeply meditating. So all I want you to do today is to follow my voice and see where it takes you. This is a Buddhist-centered meditation. I'm going to suggest that you begin just by letting tension come down into the belly. So just put your intention on bringing tension into the belly. Let the center of gravity send it down through the body. And let attention go right to the very lowest point of the spine, the base of the spine. As you inhale through the nose, draw energy to the top of the spine. And when you exhale, let that energy drop down the front of the spine. Inhale, drawing energy to the top of the spine, and exhale, letting energy drop down to the front of the spine. I'm encouraging this energy to have a kind of flow. So just do that a few times. And now, maybe 4, maybe 5 breaths, just settled into the belly again. Sometimes there may be residual movement of subtle energy up the spine and over the top of the spine. That's fine. And when that energy drops to the bottom of the spine, just breathe it in, bringing the energy up again into the front of the spine. And now allow the breath to settle again. Transition the breath, letting it find its own natural rhythm. Now, intuitively listen for the quietness all around the breath. Actually doing this, experiencing the quietness at the core of consciousness. Listen to that quiet and feel it. as we intuitively listen for the quietness all around the breath, we experience the quietness at the very core of consciousness. You notice it has a sense of timelessness, as if you're all the way at the bottom of the ocean and the surface ripples and waves far, far above you. You are just listening and feeling those still waters. Yes, you can relax into this silence. Get a sense of it, a feel of it. It's a soft touch. No effort required. Just listening to the quiet merge with that knowingness of consciousness. The primary guidance here is the absence of words. The primary guidance here is the silence, the stillness, and the quiet. Notice as you listen to the quiet merge of that knowingness of consciousness. You don't experience yourself as the old personality or the physical body, even though it's here. There's a sense and a feel into the quietness at the very core of consciousness. Now notice if there's any subtle holding anywhere in the body, anywhere in the mind. Remember, you can just let that go. You can just relax a little more, just by giving all of yourself to the quiet. No strain, actually not even trying. Just the simple act of quiet surrender. As you meet yourself with gentleness and engage in this quiet act of surrender, notice you're able to relax into a timeless, unconditional dimension of being. As you listen to it, as you feel into it, you may notice the absence of boundaries. There's just this quiet dimension of consciousness that you listen to, that you feel. I know some of you have a busy mind. That's fine. Leave it be. Instead, watch and feel the breath, and at the same time, sense around that breath the stillness the light, the easy touch around the breath. And that busy mind can stay busy. Instead, we watch and feel the breath. We notice the stillness around the breath. As you listen and feel into this absence of boundaries, this quiet dimension of consciousness, the stillness, the easiness pervades. Some of you will notice you will quite naturally transition from breath into quiet. So now I encourage you to very easily ask yourself, can I let go a little more? Don't try, just ask. Can I let go a little bit more? And as you experience this depth of consciousness, you notice more and more the unconditional, less and less moved around. Breathing right into quietness. The mind thinks, but you breathe and feel the sense around the breath, the stillness, the light and easy touch around the breath. Now notice that the states of consciousness like disagreeing or agreeing or liking or disliking have faded away. Here, now, this step feels more unconditional, less and less transitory and transient. Now ask yourself, can I let go a little more? And notice whatever comes up, it's fine. There's no need to change anything. In this quiet dimension of consciousness, notice even the sense of being the meditator, the someone doing the meditation. Well, I'm inviting you now to let go of the one who's doing this. Just let that sense go. Let the sense of the one listening fall away. Just relax in silence. Relax right into this silence. remember you can just relax a little more. You can give yourself, all of yourself, to this quiet without trying, without straining, just breathe right into it. Engage in the act of surrender. And you relax into a timeless and unconditional dimension of being. Again, I remind you, you are experiencing the unconditional nature of your own being. Any sense of being the meditator, someone that's doing this, just let that go. Just relax into the silence and breathe. I invite you to let go of who the meditator is, the one that is doing this. Just let your sense of this one fall away. And for a moment, you may just touch upon the sense of meditation without the meditator, just the meditation, just being, existence without personality. Even with a busy mind, you can watch and feel the breath. And at the same time, the sense around the breath, the stillness around the breath. Some of you quite naturally transition from breath to quiet. And in this depth of consciousness, you notice more and more the unconditional. The less and less transitory, the less and less transient. You begin to experience the unconditional nature of you, your true being, your true self. I invite you to let go of you are doing this. The sense of you listening, let it fall away and just relax into this silence. I invite you to letting go of who the meditator is, of the one who's doing this. And perhaps for a moment, you touch upon the sense of meditation without meditator. Just the meditation, just being. Existence without personality. Now a moment of transition. Just have the feeling you're breathing that depth of peace and stillness back up from the base of your spine to the top of your head. Breathing that depth of peace and stillness back up from the base of your spine to the top of your head. And then breathing the peace and stillness and letting it fall down the front of your spine into your lower belly and right into the base of your spine. Creating a wave of breath, breathing up that stillness through the body, around the top of the head and down the front once again. Breathing that depth of peace and stillness back up from the base of your spine to the top of your head. From the top of your head, letting it fall down the front of your spine into the lower belly and base of the spine, and repeat. Breathing up that stillness through the body, around the top of the head and down the front once again. And then just let it all go. Just being. Just consciousness. Just peace. I'll be back in 2 weeks with a completely different experience for you. I hope this has brought you into your center and that you feel relaxed. And that you've had the opportunity to experience the nature of what I believe is our true being. I'd like to thank the Cary Library and the Cary Library Foundation for making this event possible, and I'd like to thank all 15 of us for being present. May you enjoy the day despite the rain, and I hope to see you in 2 weeks.